Reverse culture shock is very interesting. It's funny because people were talking about reverse culture shock, when I go back to, the UK, I go back to my country, and then, there's going to be like the things I used to be used to, and then like, I don't know, just being here, I sort of been, adjusting to other things, and then going back, it's going to feel a bit different, which is true, I don't dispute that at all, but I've actually kind of experienced a bit of that already because we have some Americans that are like helping at the school for a bit. They came like, well, I don't know, they're just going to be here for the week, and it's interesting because I was speaking to some of them and I'm like, I actually didn't realize that this was like cultural, because like I'm not even American. It's just, I don't know, but I guess like we share some similarities. There's obviously a lot of differences too, but there are some similarities, and it's funny because I was just talking to some of them and I was like, this feels weird. Like it feels like, I don't know. It's kind of like something that I used to feel before, but I've just not felt in a while. It's interesting. It's hard to explain. I think it's just the way of communicating with people. I'm not so sure because I think like, I guess it's just the way of small talk, I suppose, because I don't know, I used to find it so easy to talk to people like all the time. I used to be able to talk to people like, I don't know, it just wasn't hard for me. But then coming here, I don't know, I don't really know what I put it down to. I guess I just thought I was just not good at talking to people anymore. I don't really know, but I think it's just the way of communicating is just slightly different, and I think maybe I just haven't been here long enough to sort of master that yet and get the hang of like actually having like a nice like long, I don't know, just a easy conversation. I think sometimes here I'm just like thinking like, oh, what do I say, what do I say? I'm like, I don't know, and I didn't even realize I was doing it until today when I was speaking to some Americans, and I was like, this is feels easy. This feels really easy. Like this does not feel like what, I don't know what like the other conversations that I've had recently have felt like. And I'm like, oh, like I don't really know. It's really hard to describe. It is really hard to describe. Like it's sort of the type of thing that you can only feel, because I can't really describe it that easily. I'm not saying like people are bad at conversing here at all. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, I guess I just sort of haven't really, I guess I haven't become aware of like how to do it yet, if that makes sense. It's almost like a skill. Like I don't know, I guess it's just slightly different, and I guess I've just not mastered how to actually properly talk to people here, I guess. I don't know. I do think it's a me thing rather than like a, anything else. I think it's just a different culture, but it's just so interesting because I wasn't even aware of that until today when I just had these conversations. I'm like, this feels so strange. Like it feels really weird, and it's funny because like they were just there, and I was just staring at these Americans for so long. So I'm just like, I actually like the Americans I have seen recently are like the same ones all the time. I'm like, I actually haven't seen any like just random people walking about that looks like the people that I used to be, surrounded with all the time. Because sometimes, I don't know, just looking at me, people don't think I'm, from Scotland, which makes sense. Like, I don't know, most of the time, even these Americans, when they first spoke to me, they thought I was Honduran, which is funny, because they were just speaking to me, and well, they were trying to speak to me in Spanish, and it was quite funny. I'm like, it's okay, like, we can speak in English, that's fine. I'm from Scotland, but yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I really can't describe it, but I know it's a thing, And I think like before, I didn't even think I was gonna experience that much reverse culture shock. Like I knew it was obviously gonna be a thing, but I never thought like, oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna feel so weird, so different. I mean, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't, if that makes sense. But like now, I'm like, I'm still here, and I've not even been back to Scotland yet, and I'm even now starting to experience that just by seeing and speaking to like a couple Americans. Like there's, I don't know, like 10 of them, I think. I don't really know, but there's not that many of them anyway, and it's just so interesting. So it's like I'm not even American, but I'm still experiencing that, so it's very interesting.